I was engrossed in playing a game when I heard a shout Fang Vian slacking off again huh. The HR director Lam Nam strode toward me, her 10-centimeter heels clacking loudly. She stormed to my desk swift as a gust of wind. A powerful punch slammed onto my computer monitor. The game on the screen shook violently. The character I was controlling nearly got one-shotted by the boss. I didn't even bother looking up. My fingers kept dancing furiously across the keyboard. Hold on, almost done. Playing games during work hours. You think this company is your personal playground? Her voice was sharp enough to pierce the ceiling. Pack your stuff and get out. The colleagues around me collectively shrank back. They pretended they didn't exist. I slowly took off my headphones, stretched lazily, and said fine whatever. Hearing her words, I stood up, shut down the computer, and yanked out the USB. Every move was smooth without a hint of hesitation. What's with the cool act? Without this job, you're nothing. I smirked at her. Then you better pray the company's system doesn't crash, because I doubt you'll survive past tonight. 3 days later, the chairman of the board was kneeling at my doorstep, begging me to return to the company. At that moment, I was cuddling with the hottest celebrity BC Chang Bang. In the game, one was dominating, slaughtering left and right. The system notification sounded particularly crisp. The sound of a slap to the face was music to my ears. I was hunched over at my desk, engrossed in gaming. My fingers flew across the screen. I was about to take down 5 enemies to clinch the match. Suddenly, a dark shadow loomed over me. Playing games during work hours. A female voice cold as ice rang out from above. I didn't bother looking up. My fingers kept hammering the screen. Hold on, almost got 5 kills. Suddenly, my phone was snatched away. I looked up to see a woman in a sharp business suit, standing in front of me with an air of authority. Her makeup was meticulous and striking, but her face looked like she'd just swallowed a lemon. The new HR director, Lam Nam Fang Vian. This company hired you to work, not to play games. She shook my phone. The screen still flashed the massive victory text. I stretched, leaning back in my chair. I finished writing the code last night. The testing team hasn't sent any feedback. If I'm free. Lam Nam gave a cold laugh. The company doesn't need idle people. Pack your things and head to HR to process your termination. I raised an eyebrow. So you're firing me? She looked down at me, dripping with arrogance. The company is streamlining its operations. Lazy employees like you only drag the team down. The colleagues around me bowed their heads, pretending to work. No one dared to speak up. I chuckled. All right then. At that moment, the department head Trong rushed over, pulling me into a small meeting room. He looked uneasy too. Fang. Director Lam just started and is trying to assert her authority. Don't take it too personally. I cut him off. Trong, be straight with me. Has the company been planning to fire me for a while? Trong coughed awkwardly a few times. The company has been doing well lately. The board wants to cut costs. Don't worry, the severance pay will be fair. I nodded, grabbed a pen, and signed the termination agreement with a flourish, filling out the handover list. While I was at it, Trong let out a sigh of relief, patting my shoulder. Let's work together again if there's a chance. I smirked. Hope you guys don't regret this. At 9 that evening, I was curled up on the sofa gaming. The phone suddenly rang. An unfamiliar number. I casually answered. Hello. Fang Vian, the company's system crashed. All the servers are down. The order data is a complete mess. On the other end, Chairman Ch's voice roared with rage. I leisurely sipped my cola. Chairman Chu, I've been fired. This isn't my responsibility anymore. He bellowed. Stop joking. The tech team is useless right now. Do you know how much money the company is losing every minute? I burst out laughing. What's that got to do with me? The other end went silent for 2 seconds. Chu tried to suppress his anger. What do you want to come back and fix this? I glanced at my computer screen. The backdoor program I'd prepared long ago was ready. I lazily replied. Double my salary. 3 to 5 in the afternoon is my gaming time. And that HR director Lam Nam, I don't want to see her face again. Chu gritted his teeth. Fine. He hung up. I stretched, slowly logged into the company's system, and typed a string of code. 3 minutes later, the system was back to normal. The tech team's chat exploded. Holy crap. What just happened? Who fixed it? I sent a smiley face emoji. At 11 that night, I was online gaming as usual. My teammate Snow Leopard Blitz Meow was online. As soon as we teamed up, he opened his mic. Why are you late today? I sighed, don't ask. Got fired from the company today. Snow Leopard Blitz Meow's character suddenly froze. Fired. I cleared minions while ranting. The new HR director doesn't like me. But tonight, the chairman begged me to come back. A low chuckle came through the headset. His voice was deep with a hint of amusement. Want me to help you curse someone out? I laughed. You curse someone. He didn't respond. The next second, his character charged into the enemy team, landing a combo that took out 3 opponents. I whistled nice. He replied casually, this is way more fun than cursing. I suddenly felt Snow Leopard Blitz Meow was pretty interesting. The next morning at 9, I strolled into the company building in flip-flops. The receptionist saw me and gaped. And Fang, didn't you get fired? I smirked back to clean up the mess. As the elevator doors opened, the entire tech department looked up, staring at me like I was a ghost. Trong rushed over, rubbing his hands and smiling awkwardly to Fang. About yesterday, I brushed past him, pushing open the chairman's office door. Chu, with dark circles under his eyes, had 3 empty coffee cups on his desk. Seeing me, he jumped up. The system's acting up again. I plopped onto the sofa casually. We haven't discussed terms yet, Mr. Chu. His face paled. What terms? 3 to 5 in the afternoon is my gaming time. No one's allowed to disturb me. I counted on my fingers. Oh, and that lamb Nam woman. Chu gritted his teeth. She's already been sacked. I nodded, satisfied. Tossing a USB from my pocket onto the desk. The system's vulnerabilities are patched. I also optimized the database. Response speed is 3 times faster now. Chu grabbed the USB like it was a lifeline. At lunch, my dad suddenly called Vian. This afternoon at 330 Peninsula Cafe. Dress nicely. I nearly spat out my rice. Another blind date. This girl is exceptional. A famous celebrity. My dad's voice was so excited it hit a high note. Her dad met your mom at the square dancing group. I hung up half-heartedly, glancing at the clock. 240. Just enough time for one game before heading out. Peninsula Cafe had a nice ambience. I picked a secluded corner to sit, opened my phone and started a match in landscape mode. As soon as I entered a game, Snow Leopard Blitz Meow sent a team invite. I accepted and turned on my mic. You're online early today. His voice came through the headset, cool and calm. No schedule this afternoon. While we were chatting, the light in front of me dimmed. I looked up to see a woman in sunglasses and a mask standing at my table, tall with long glossy hair. She took off her sunglasses, revealing a pair of captivating eyes. Fang Vian, I froze. Those eyes seemed familiar. She gave a cold smile and sat down. So you're the programmer my mom mentioned. It hit me. I quickly turned off the game mic. Beseech Ang Bang, the hottest star right now, with 30 million Weibo followers. Known as the ice goddess of the entertainment industry. Now she was looking at me like I was trash. You're 10 minutes late. I pointed at my phone. Let me finish this match. Her face twisted instantly. You're on a blind date with me and still playing games. Suddenly Snow Leopard Blitz Meow's voice came through the headset. Fang Vian, you're on a blind date. Both Beseech Ang Bang and I froze. That voice was way too familiar. Beseech Ang Bang snatched my phone, saw the game ID and her face contorted. King, you're that jerk who keeps stealing my kills. Looking at her fuming, I burst out laughing. Snow Leopard Blitz Meow. Your trash talking in game is nothing like you now. Clank, her coffee cup slammed onto the table. Brown liquid splashing everywhere. The waiter rushed over in a panic. Beseech Ang Bang tossed a few bills on the table. Keep the change. Then she grabbed my collar. Come with me. In the alley behind the cafe, Beseech Ang Bang took off her mask, her face red with anger. If you dare spill a word, I'll kill you. I leaned against the wall smirking. Spill what? That the top celebrity swears like a sailor in games, or that you got killed by a jungle monster and cried your eyes out. She kicked me hard. Shut up. I winced in pain. My phone suddenly buzzed. A teammate in the game yelled you to AFK. We're about to lose. Bang glanced at the screen, reflexively grabbed the phone and started playing. I wasn't about to lose either. We stood in the alley, fingers flying across the screens. Left bush dodged the ult and going for the tower. 5 minutes later, the victory sound blared. Bang exhaled in relief, then realized something and stiffened. Don't think this is over. I leaned close to her ear. How about a trio match? I swear I won't steal your kills. Her ears turned visibly red. She shoved me away. Get lost. After 2 steps, she turned back. 8 tonight. If you're late, you're dead. Watching her retreating figure, I couldn't help but smile. This blind date was turning out to be pretty interesting. At 750 that evening, I logged on right on time. Bang was already online. In the team was another ID Sister Vbong manager. As soon as I joined, Sister Vian's voice boomed through the mic sounding like a militia leader. Who's this? Bang's voice was, I see some noob. I laughed who was begging me to boost their rank yesterday. Bang was furious. Sister Vbong, don't listen to his nonsense. Sister Vbong got curious. You to know each other. Bang and I said in unison, not really. The headset went silent for a few seconds. Sister Vbong suddenly laughing. You said the programmer you went on a blind date with. Bang quickly cut her off. I looked at the game's loading screen, my lips curling into a smile. Saturday evening, I was at home coding. My phone suddenly buzzed. Bang sent a message, save me. Attached was a live stream link and 3 frantic emojis. I opened the link and nearly burst out laughing. Bang was roped into a show called Extreme Coding. The organizers called it a multidisciplinary challenge, but it was clearly just to make celebrities look foolish. On the screen, Bang sat stone-faced in front of a computer. The male idols next to her were floundering like headless chickens. They couldn't even get basic HTML tags right. The host poured fuel on the fire. Bang usually calls herself an esports girl, right? Coding shouldn't be too hard for her then. Bang's lips twitched. Those are 2 completely different things. I watched her, unable to hold back a laugh. She was trying to keep her icy persona, but was clearly panicking. The guys around her were fumbling awkwardly, and the show's atmosphere was getting more absurd by the second. Bang gritted her teeth trying to type something, but she obviously had no idea where to start. I shook my head and texted her, let me help. The comment section was going wild. LOL, am dying. Her vase image is crumbling. Pretending to be smart, huh? Just stick to acting, girl. Waiting for her to crash and burn. I narrowed my eyes, called her directly, and said your manager's got water in her brain, letting you join a show like this. Bang lowered her voice. Sister Vbong was tricked. The contract didn't mention anything about a tech challenge. I skimmed the show's schedule. The next segment was an audience interaction challenge. I quickly opened my laptop, hacked into the show's registration system, and slipped my name into the lucky draw list. Now let's randomly select a lucky audience member to complete the challenge with our star. The host beamed and pressed a button. The big screen started scrolling names, finally stopping. Congratulations, Mr. Fang Vian. The camera immediately panned to the audience. I stood up slowly, walking to the stage amid stunned stares. Bang's eyes nearly popped out. She almost fell off her chair. I winked at her, surprised. The host handed me a mic. Sir, what do you do for a living? I took the mic. Programmer. The audience erupted in chatter. The host's eyes lit up. Perfect match. Our challenge is to code a heart in 5 minutes. Bang's face turned green. I smiled. Sit tight, I'll handle it. She gritted her teeth. Do whatever. I cracked my knuckles, and the keyboard started clacking furiously. 3 minutes later, I hit enter. The screen didn't just show a pulsing heart. It also flashed a message. Bang, keep practicing, you'll get there. The entire studio went silent for 2 seconds, then exploded in laughter. Bang kicked my chair hard. Fang Vian. The comment section went nuts. Oh my god, who is this guy? That tan speed, is he even human? Wait, do they know each other? The host, sensing drama, got excited. Sir, are you close with Bang? Before I could answer, BC Bang coldly said, "Not close." I smirked, "Not that close. I just beat her up in games all the time." The comment section exploded again. The director suddenly cut to a close-up shot. Our phones on the table. Both had the same game character accessory dangling. The livestream chat went wild. Right after the performance, BC Bang and the mysterious programmer shot to the top of hot search. I scrolled through Weibo grinning ear to ear. BC Bang's call came like a death threat. Fang Vian, "You did that on purpose, didn't you?" I played dumb. "Did what?" "That heart. That accessory." She was so mad she could barely speak. "Now the whole internet's speculating who you are." I casually sipped my cola. "Why panic? I'm not your antiphon." She went silent for 2 seconds, then lowered her voice. "Lam Nam paid people to smear me." I raised an eyebrow. "Which Lam Nam? The HR woman who tried to fire you?" I laughed. "What a coincidence. I was just looking for a chance to get even." 10 minutes later, a programmer's Weibo account suddenly posted, "Heard someone's doubting BC Bang's gaming skills." Attached was a link proving Lam Nam hired boosters. In the video, Lam Nam bragged about paying for rank boosting. Those gaming nerds won't even notice. The internet flipped its stance. Disgusting. She hired boosters and then smeared someone else. BC Bang may be bad, but at least she plays herself. She's bad but honest. That HR woman's got issues. First she fires a programmer, now she's slandering a celebrity. BC Bang sent me a voice message, barely holding back laughter. "You did that." I replied, "Just a side task." She went quiet for a few seconds, then said, "Thanks." I smirked, "If you're grateful, boost my rank tonight." She snapped back, "Get lost." But half an hour later, Snow Leopard Blitz Meow status showed online. I grinned and sent a team invite. Looks like this not close relationship might last a while. Monday morning, Chu called me into his office. He gave a fake smile. "To Fang, I've got an important task for you." I crossed my legs. "Speak plainly." His mouth twitched. "This afternoon's board meeting, you'll demo the new system. The other side is from Starlight Company. You get my drift?" I nodded. "Got it." The company wanted to flex and poach talent from the competition. Fine, I stood up. But 3 to 5 in the afternoon. Chu quickly cut in. "Your gaming time won't be disturbed." At 2:50 that afternoon, the meeting room was packed with big shots in crisp suits. I leisurely set up the projector. My phone buzzed. BC Bang sent a voice message. "Waiter, you doing?" I lowered my head and typed, "About to show off." She replied, "Instantly record it for me." I smiled, muted my phone, but forgot to turn off game notifications. As the presentation started, I was at a critical point. Suddenly, a loud "First Blood" echoed through the meeting room. The entire room fell silent. His face turned green. I calmly took out my phone, turned off game notifications, and said, "Sorry, just a system alert." Starlight's tech director was struggling to hold back laughter, his shoulders shaking. I continued the presentation. 5 minutes later, another double kill blared. Chu nearly lost at Fang Vian. I shrug. "How about you guys talk first? Let me finish this match." Starlight's team burst out laughing. "Mr. Chu, your company's culture is really unique." After the meeting, I slipped out to the stairwell and called BC Bang back. She answered, laughing hysterically. "Heard your presentation was quite the spectacle." I sighed. "Don't bring it up. Chu wants to murder me." It was noisy on her end, like she was on a film set. "Serves you right for not muting your phone." I was about to retort when a slick male voice came through her end. Bang have dinner with Mr. LS tonight." BC Bang's voice turned. "I see Mr. LS in filming." The guy persisted. "You can film tomorrow." "Mr. LS an investor." I squinted. "Who's this idiot?" BC Bang lowered her voice. "My agency's boss." On her end, Mr. Vbong kept nagging. "Don't be ungrateful. The company's supported you for years." I cut and put it on speaker. BC Bang paused, but did it. I raised my voice. "Mr. Vbong, right? Heard last year at Four Seasons Hotel, you hooked up with a young model. Now she's demanding your wife pay child support." The other end went dead silent. 3 seconds later, Vian's voice trembled. "What nonsense are you spouting?" I laughed. "Want me to leak the recording? When you were sweet-talking that model, you said my wife's not attractive anymore." Beseech Ang Bang gasped. Vbong panicked. Ang Bang, who's this lunatic? I said casually, who I am doesn't matter. What matters is Beseech Ang Bang's contract termination agreement. Can you send it by tonight? A chair crashed on his end. Vbong furious stormed off. Beseech Ang Bang turned off speaker mode. Her voice shook. Fang Vian, where'd you get that recording? I said nonchalantly, hacked their company system last time and grabbed it. She was silent for a long time, then just said thanks. At 11 that night, I was debugging code. My phone rang. Beseech Ang Bang's voice was clearly drunk. Fang Vian, I got out of my contract. I frowned. You're drinking. She giggled, celebrating. Fat Vbong was crying and begging me not to expose him. In the background, Sister Vbong yelled, Ang Bang, stop drinking. You've got a schedule tomorrow. Beseech Ang Bang ignored her, slurring into the mic. Fang Vian want to be my exclusive bug fixer. I froze mid-typing. What? Her voice softened, like she was burying her face in a pillow, like writing code just for me. I laughed. What's the salary? She mumbled, how about me as payment? Sister Vbong screeched. Beseech Ang Bang, what the hell are you saying? The call cut off. I stared at the dark screen, suddenly feeling my throat go dry. This girl drunk would say anything. The next morning, the office door was flung open. Beseech Ang Bang in sunglasses and a mask snuck in, slamming a coffee cup on my desk. I didn't say anything last night. I raised an eyebrow. Meet as payment, huh? She blushed from her neck to her ears. Fang Vian. I laughed, opened the coffee, and took a sip. Don't worry, I recorded it. She lunged for my phone. I leaned back smoothly, and she lost her balance, falling into my lap. Through the glass office door, the entire tech department stared, jaws dropped. Beseech Ang Bang froze. I leaned down and whispered in her ear, now, the whole world knows you're mine. She stomped on my foot, snatched the door, and bolted. I glanced at the lipstick mark on the coffee cup, suddenly in a great mood. This exclusive bug fixer gig didn't seem so bad. At 3 in the morning, my phone's buzzing woke me up. Beseech Ang Bang sent over 20 messages. The last one was a voice note. Fang Vian, my Weibo account got hacked. I opened the screenshot she sent, wide awake. Her official account, posted a provocative bareback photo with cheesy text, waiting for you tonight. The comment section was a war zone, and Tiffins went wild with mockery, pretending to be pure ha, climbing the ladder with her body as expected. I video called her immediately. Beseech Ang Bang answered, face pale. That wasn't me, the photos edited. I know. I opened my laptop. 10 minutes. She blinked. 10 minutes for what? To catch the culprit. I logged into her Weibo admin system and hacked into the server to trace the login IP. Sure enough, the login came from my old company's network, Lam Num's computer. She got fired but was still using company equipment to stir trouble. I sneered, then hacked into her home network. Beseech Ang Bang paced anxiously on the video call. Should we call the police? Sister Vbong says to issue a statement first. No need. I finished the last line of code. Done. Beseech Ang Bang blinked. Done what? I glanced at the clock. 32 seconds later, her phone buzzed like crazy. Sister Vbong called Ang Bang. Check Lam Num's Weibo. Lam Num's account auto-posted a video. She was in pajamas sitting at her computer. All her devices suddenly blared "Bot Love" at max volume. The lock screen displayed in huge text mess with Beseech Ang Bang again. And next time it's your shower video. In the last 3 seconds, Lam Nam spilled her coffee, screamed, and yanked the power cord. Beseech Ang Bang's jaw dropped. It took her a moment to speak. You did that. I closed my laptop, like the background music. She lunged toward the camera. Fang Vian, teach me how to hack. I nearly fell off my chair. What did you say? The next evening, Beseech Ang Bang's studio threw a celebration party. She insisted on dragging me along. Sister Vbong came over with a champagne glass and a fan. Thanks so much this time. Suddenly she stared at my neck, her face stiffening. I slowly touched my neck, feeling a faint lipstick mark, probably from yesterday when Beseech Ang Bang fell into my lap. Sister Vian's jaw dropped, speechless. Beseech Ang Bang, standing nearby, blushed bright red. She glared at me but didn't explain. The atmosphere got awkward. I smirked, raising my glass. Congrats on your contract freedom. The crowd around us burst into laughter, breaking the tension. Beseech Ang Bang quietly tugged my sleeve, whispering, pull me up the ranks tonight. I looked at her sparkling eyes. Deal, but this time, I'm not promising to let you have kills. She lightly kicked me, giggling. The party went late. Beseech Ang Bang was a bit tipsy, leaning on my shoulder, mumbling, Fang Vian, you're such a jerk. But I like this kind of jerk. My heart skipped a beat. She looked up at me, her eyes unusually soft. I touched the faint lipstick mark on my neck. Beseech Ang Bang pretended to look at the scenery. Sister Vbong gritted her teeth. Beseech Ang Bang, do you know how crazy the paparazzi are right now? Beseech Ang Bang mumbled, I only kissed him once. I raised an eyebrow once. She immediately stomped my foot. Shut up. Sister Vbong clutched her forehead. Tomorrow's hot search is guaranteed. The next morning at the meeting, the whole company sneaked glances at the red mark on my neck. Chu stammered, Tiu Fang. Young people need to be mindful of their image. I calmly opened my presentation slides. Today's topic is system security. Tiu Liu from the tech team raised his hand. Anna Fang, a forum post says your coding skills are overhyped. Before I could respond, my phone buzzed. Beseech Ang Bang sent a Weibo screenshot. She posted a photo of code. The hello world I taught her last night. The caption read, my man's code, anyone got a problem? The tech forum's comment section was locked. Holy crap, official confirmation. This caption is so sweet. What's this exclusive thing with Ang Bang? So the lipstick mark is real. I haven't agreed to anything. I thought this girl is really. My phone buzzed again. Beseech Ang Bang sent a voice note. Satisfied Teacher Fang. Her voice was soft yet smug. I smiled and replied, homework subpar, extra lesson tonight. She shot back, get lost. But an hour later, my doorbell rang. Beseech Ang Bang stood at my door, laptop in arms, face flushed. The code won't run. I pulled her inside. Know what exclusive means? She kicked off her heels. Meet as payment for tuition. The laptop hit the floor with a thud. Looks like we weren't coding tonight. At the tech industry conference registration desk, I was fiddling with my phone. A familiar laugh rang out. Isn't that Tiu Fang? My old boss Vbong Ting swaggered over, beer belly protruding, in a crisp suit with a badge. Starlight Tech Director. Little brother. Heard you're still stuck at just rinky-dink company. I looked up. Oh. Vbong Ting jumped ship. He smugly adjusted his tie. Starlight's top tier. My annual salary's this much. He flashed a hand gesture. Today I'm presenting our new system. I nodded. Congrats. He patted my shoulder, lowering his voice for old time's sake. Want to join me? Salary's 30% higher than yours. I smiled. Nah, I'm good. I'd hate to get blamed when your system crashes. Vbong Ting Ting face darkened. He snorted and walked off. That afternoon's keynote, Vbong Ting was on stage spitting with enthusiasm. This is our team's self-developed smart dispatch system. Took 2 years. The code interface flashed on the big screen, then vanished. I squinted. Damn, isn't that the algorithm I wrote last year? I raised my hand. Vbong Ting. Line 137's comment. Why is my name still there? The entire hall went silent. Vbong Ting broke into a sweat. What comment? I pulled out my phone. 3 taps opened my cloud backup. Funny if got the original code here. Created last March. Want to project it for comparison? The organizers, smelling drama, got excited. They actually hooked up the projector. 2 code bases appeared side by side. Aside from a few renamed variables, they were identical. The audience gasped. Vbong Ting Ting face turned purple. This is a trade secret. Security, remove him. I sat still. No rush, the best part was coming. I hit enter. The screen suddenly switched to Vbong Ting Ting email. Last week he sold this code to 3 rival companies, clear as day on the screen. Starlight's director jumped up. Vbong GC Fat. You're fired. During dinner, Beseech Ang Bang sent me a video. In the show she was filming, the host asked the celebrities to act out absurd office scenes. Beseech Ang Bang stood up, her face turning icy. Vbong Ting, you look so cool stealing code. The studio roared with laughter. I nearly spat out my food. She sent a voice note, "How's that good teamwork?" I replied, "Oscar owes you a statue." She sent a smug emoji, "Damn right. Oh, by the way, your Battle Cat game hit the top of hot search." I froze, opened Weibo and saw Battle Cat trending #1. Turns out the little game one made for Bang's fan club blew up after she showed it off in her group. The system reported over 2 million concurrent players, but the server didn't crash. My auto-scaling program was running at full throttle. Bang messaged again. Sister Vbong says, "Tons of brands want to collaborate with you. Taking it." Before I could reply, my phone pinged with a server alert. A large-scale DDoS attack. I traced the IP and laughed out loud. It was from Vbong Ting home network. At 1 in the morning, I was in my study patching the attack vulnerabilities. A thud came from the balcony. Bang in pajamas climbed through my window with a bag of barbecue, bringing you a midnight snack. I raised an eyebrow. "The front door doesn't work." She pouted. "What if paparazzi catch me?" She set the food down. Leaning close to my computer, "Let me see the new interface." I covered the screen. "That's a separate fee." She suddenly sat on my lap. "Nibbling my ear is meat enough payment." The computer beeped. The attack stopped. I glanced at the screen. All of Vbong Ting devices were looping prison tears. With a screen full of comments, "Turn yourself in, the cops are coming." Bang laughed, collapsing onto my shoulder. "You're ruthless." I wrapped my arm around her waist. "Want to see something even meaner?" She blushed and punched me. "Code first." Looks like we weren't checking code tonight either. At the Tech Innovation Awards, I sat in the tech guest section, the most secluded corner, dozing off. Chu beside me was nervously rubbing his hands. "Tu Fang, if we win, say a few words, okay?" I yawned. Camera flashes buzzed from the front row. A mocking laugh rang out. "Mr. Chu, your company here to be a backdrop again this year." Trong Ting from Thien Than turned around, sporting a judge's badge. "Be honest, your little optimization system is wasting everyone's time." His face turned red. He argued. "Trong Ting, don't be like that." Trong waved dismissively. "Just being real. No self-developed AI framework." "What kind of tech company is that?" I casually pulled out my phone. "Trong Ting, your self-developed AI. It's just a rehash of Thien SCC's open source code, right?" Trong's face froze. "What nonsense." I opened a code comparison interface. Even the typos in the comments were identical. The tech bigwigs around us burst out laughing. Trong jumped up. "Security. This guy's disrupting the event." The host quickly intervened. "Everyone please settle down. Next we welcome our special guest to present the award, the famous actress Bang." The hall's lights dimmed. Under the spotlight, Bang stepped onto the stage in a shimmering silver gown. Stunningly beautiful. "It's an honor to be invited to this tech event." Her clear voice rang out, her eyes sweeping the audience, lingering on me for 2 seconds. "Before announcing the award, allow me on behalf of my fan club to present a special musical gift." The hall's doors suddenly swung open. 200 drones buzzed in, forming a massive logo in the air. Our company's emblem. The audience gasped. I glanced at my phone. 5 minutes ago, Bang texted, "Borrowed your drones for a bit." Trong Ting shouted from the audience. "This isn't in the rules." Bang smiled. "Technology doesn't care about stage boundaries." The drones shifted formation, forming 6 bold words. "Technology changes the world." Then they all turned toward me. The host was stunned. Bang spoke into the mic. "By the way, a little ad. This drone control system was designed by a tech guest here tonight." All eyes in the hall turned to me. Chu thrilled pinched my thigh. "Tu Fang, when did you make this?" I winced in pain. "Last month, a birthday gift for someone." The award ceremony began. The host announced, "The Tech Innovation Award goes to Thien Than." Trong Ting stood up smugly. Bang suddenly interrupted. "Sorry, I just received an urgent notice from the organizers." She pulled a card from her purse. "After review, Thien Than's submission was found to involve plagiarism. Their eligibility is revoked." She looked up at the audience, her lips curving slightly. "The real winner is Starlight." I nearly slid off my chair. Starlight? Isn't that the company of Vbong Ting who stole my code? Starlight's director walked up dazed to accept the award. BC Chang Bang handed him the trophy, then added into the mic, "Oh, by the way, the original developer of this award-winning system is here today." She pointed straight at me and Fang Vian. "Come say a few words." The spotlight hit my face. The hall fell silent. I reluctantly walked to the stage. BC Chang Bang, pretending we weren't close, handed me the mic with a straight face. As she leaned in, I caught a faint whiff of her perfume. I whispered, "You managing me now?" Her lips didn't move, but she said, "Giving you a chance to shine." I took the mic and said one sentence: "Thanks to Starlight for testing my system's stability," though their method was a bit unique. Like when Vbong Ting sold it to competitors. The audience roared with laughter. Starlight's director's face turned green as spinach. After the event, reporters swarmed the red carpet. BC Chang Bang, halfway through, suddenly turned toward the tech guest exit. The reporters were confused. She stopped in front of me and told the security, "Please make way. My boyfriend's here." Camera flashes went wild. I raised an eyebrow. "Didn't you say no public announcement?" She hooked her arm through mine. Felt like pissing a few people off. That night, hot search exploded. BC Chang Bang and her programmer boyfriend. Real tech bro changing the world. Thian Than plagiarism evidence confirmed. At midnight, Trong Ting called begging. "Fang, I was wrong before." I glanced at BC Chang Bang sprawled on my lap scrolling Weibo. "Talk to my lawyer." BC Chang Bang poked my stomach, laughing. "Fang Tian Sin, you were a bit too handsome today." I grabbed her hand. "Beseech to you tha. Your acting was a tad over the top." She flipped over, pinning me down. "Want to try something even more dramatic? No sleep tonight." In front of BC Chang Bang's villa, I checked my tie for the third time to make sure it wasn't crooked. "You sure this is just a normal family dinner?" She adjusted my collar, her eyes twinkling with mischief. "Totally normal. Just my parents' third uncle, second cousin, seventh and eighth aunt." I turned to bolt. She grabbed me, scared. "Weren't you bolt hacking that conference?" I sighed. "That's not the same." She laughed, pulling me inside. The dining table was packed with relatives. Her dad eyed me like he was drilling holes. Ang Bang's mom said, "You're a programmer, right?" I nodded. "Yes, I work in tech." Third uncle chimed in, "Tech's hot, but is the job stable?" I smiled. "Stable enough to get by." BC Chang Bang jumped in. "He builds systems for big companies." Eighth aunt got curious. "Which big company?" I glanced at her. "Just a small one, Starlight." The table went quiet, then erupted. Her dad nodded approvingly. "Not bad, this kid." No server ever asked me when I'd get married or have kids. As we entered, a dozen pairs of eyes stared at me. "This is Ang Bang's boyfriend. What does he do?" Her dad, sipping tea, scrutinized me from head to toe. BC Chang Bang answered, "Programmer. He writes code." Second cousin scoffed, "Just a freeloader living off youth." Third aunt added, "Heard coders are unemployed by 35. Her dad leaned forward to Fang. "What's your annual salary?" Before I could answer, a younger cousin cut in, "Coders don't make much. My boyfriend's from MIT. A PhD with $1 million starting salary." BC Chang Bang pinched my waist hard, whispering, "Stay calm, don't start a fight." I smiled and pulled out my phone. "Uncle, heard your factory's been underperforming lately." Her dad blinked. "How'd you know?" Ang Bang mentioned it. I opened a simulation app. "Let me take a look." Second cousin sneered. "Kids these days always showing off." I ignored him. Took her dad's laptop and in 10 minutes, built a simple system. "Try it." I pushed the laptop back. Her dad hesitantly input production data. The system instantly spat out an optimized plan. The younger cousin peeked over. "Smart, but what's the use?" The finance director suddenly called boss. That last order's output just doubled. The room went dead silent. Her dad looked at me like I was an alien. "You actually fixed it." "We spent $3 million and got nowhere." I said modestly, "Just a small optimization." The cousin's face turned green. At dinner, the cousin, still bitter, video called her mid-boyfriend darling. I'm at Ang Bang's family dinner. Her boyfriend's in tech too. The screen showed a guy in gold-rimmed glasses, dripping with arrogance. "What school did you graduate from?" I nibbled a chicken drumstick. "Never went to college." He pushed his glasses up, got a CCIA or CP certification. I shook my head nope. The cousin smirked at BC Chang Bang. The glasses guy asked published any academic papers. I set down the drumstick. Been reading one lately. Optimizing neural networks with quantum computing. Pretty interesting. The guy's face changed. How do you know about my paper? I winked. The formula on page 3 has a deduction error. Might want to redo the experiment. The video call went black with a thud. The cousin screamed. What nonsense are you talking? Hayes admit PhD. I pulled out my phone and opened an academic forum. Funny his advisor just admitted to faked data in the comments. The cousin grabbed the phone, saw it and ran upstairs crying. BC Chang Bang kicked me under the table, whispering you investigated him beforehand. I played innocent, just a side task. After dinner in the garden, BC Chang Bang curled up in my lap scrolling Weibo. She suddenly burst out laughing. My cousin deleted all her social media friends. I played with her hair feeling better. She looked up and kissed me. Fang Tianxin, you were adorable out there. I raised an eyebrow, want to see something even cuter. She was about to reply when her mom pushed open the balcony door. Ang Bang third and wants to Fang's WeChat. BC Chang Bang exploded no way. Third and shouted from behind. My daughter's taking the college entrance exam next year. Just want a programmer tutor. I picked up BC Chang Bang anti-bi. We suddenly have plans. BC Chang Bang pounded my shoulder, put me down. I ran faster. If I don't, your relatives will have me fixing stuff till the galaxy collapses. She laughed hysterically in my arms. The sunset stretched our shadows long. Looks like this family meet and greet passed the test. At 2 in the morning, BC Chang Bang's barrage of calls woke me. Fang Vian, my new movie got leaked. Her voice was choked with sobs. The internet's flooded with pirated copies. I grabbed my laptop, fully awake. Which platform posted it first? Whale video. She hesitated. The one owned by Starlight. I sneered. Starlight, old rival. Last time at the awards, I humiliated them publicly. Now they're playing dirty. The sound of typing echoed in the quiet bedroom. 3 minutes later, I logged onto the attack source. An IP from a hacker group hired by Starlight. Don't panic. I opened a few hidden interfaces. Let's spice things up for them. BC Chang Bang sniffed. What are you doing? Giving them a taste of their own explosion. At 8 in the morning, financial news outlets reported Starlight Entertainment suspected of financial fraud. Internal documents leaked by a mysterious source. Stock plummets 60. Starlight's director summoned by securities regulators. I sipped soy milk scrolling the news, feeling refreshed. My phone buzzed. An unknown number. Fang Vian. You're insane. Starlight's director Triu screamed. Take down those documents. I casually opened a game. Triu Ting accusations need evidence. 50 million. His voice shook. Stop this now. The game was at a critical moment. I mumbled, let me finish this match. A crash of breaking objects came from his end. 80 million. No more. I glanced at the clock. By the way, the police are probably at your company by now. Faking financials is a jail sentence. Triu Kai started sobbing. Fang Vian, I was wrong. Please give me a way out. I hung up with a click, then sent his crying recording to a bunch of major news outlets. At noon, the official account for BC Chang Bang's new movie posted, debunking rumors the original film was never leaked. The circulating version is a test effects clip. Attached was a screenshot of the real film. Fans woke up. So Starlight spent money on a fake. LOL, stole a chicken but lost the rice. This move is epic. BC Chang Bang sent a voice note, laughing so hard she could barely breathe. When did you switch the package? I replied, last night on a whim. She sent a blowing kiss emoji. Tonight's celebration party, you better show up. At the party, I barely stepped in before Sister Vbong pulled me into a corner. Ang Bang filmed a kissing scene today. I raised an eyebrow. Oh. Sister Vbong whispered mysteriously. They used a stand-in. Don't overthink it. Before she finished, BC Chang Bang, still in her film costume, rushed in, throwing herself onto me. All eyes in the hall turned to us. She stood on tiptoe, nibbling my ear. Her hot breath made me tingle. Jealous it was a stand-in. I wrapped my arm around her waist. I saw the original footage. The stand-in's 3 centimeters shorter than you. She gaped. You hacked the film crew. I smiled without answering. Bang suddenly grabbed the host's mic. Everyone meet my boyfriend. The programmer who crushed Starlight today. The hall went silent for 2 seconds, then erupted in applause. That night Hot Search exploded. Programmer's revenge. Bang's crazy boyfriend protects his girl. Starlight Entertainment is done. Late at night Bang lay on my lap scrolling Weibo. She suddenly frowned. Triu Kai posted a sob story. I glanced over. Had painted himself as a victim, hinting at being framed by a mysterious force. Bang furious started typing a rebuttal. I held her hand, watched the show. 3 minutes later, Triuch's Weibo auto-shared a video. It showed him last night directing the hacker group to attack with surveillance footage and bank transfer records. Bang laughed so hard she rolled over. When did you get this? I kissed her forehead. When he called begging for mercy, she suddenly pinned me down. Fang Tianxin, you're too powerful. I raised an eyebrow. Oh, she bit her lip smiling. Can you hack the hotel Wi-Fi for me? The film crew's network is so slow. I carried her straight to the bedroom. Pay the tuition first. No sleep tonight either. Sunday at the supermarket's fresh food section. Bang in a cap and mask stood on tiptoe trying to grab a bag of chips from a high shelf. Can't reach, then don't eat. I casually grabbed it for her. A top celebrity eating fried junk. Sister Vbong would nag you to death. She glared at me, mind her. Just then, a flash glinted from the shelf gap. The reflection of a camera lens. Bang froze. Paparazzi 2 o'clock. I glanced over. A skinny tall guy in dark glasses was pretending to pick fruit, but his phone lens was aimed at us. Let him be. I pushed the cart forward. If they snap us, so what? Nothing shady here. Bang suddenly hooked her arm through mine, whispering, then let's give them something spicier. Before I could react, she took off her mask and kissed my cheek lightly. Camera flashes went wild. 3 hours later, Bang kissing in the supermarket topped Hot Search. A gossip account posted, hot celebrity keeping a boy toy. Intimate supermarket photos exposed. The photo showed us by the shelf, angled to make me look scruffy. The comment section was flooded with hate. Obviously a freeloader. Bang's taste is awful. Programmer probably a scammer. Bang was livid, ready to send a lawyer's letter. I stopped her. Hold on. I logged into an old Weibo account. Posted last year's tax return, blurring the amount but showing the tax ID and official stamp. The caption was short, gossip account, my salary is 10 years of yours. Within 5 minutes, the comment section flipped. Oh my god, how much tax is that? Checked it now to buy a house. Paparazzi got wrecked, lol. The gossip account deleted the post immediately, but netizens had already screenshotted it. Hot Search shifted to Bang's boyfriend is loaded. Bang leaned on my shoulder, laughing uncontrollably. You're vicious. I pinched her cheek. This is called precision striking. That evening, Bang started her usual live stream. Fans spammed comments about our relationship. She pretended not to see, saying today we're playing Battle Cat 2, a new game. It was the upgraded version I made for her last week, not yet officially released. On screen, her cat character got stuck on level 3. She bit her lip in frustration. Honey, how do I pass this level? The comment section exploded. Honey, I'm deaf. The goddess called him honey. Her voice is so sweet, I'm dead. Bang realized her slip, her ears turning bright red. She fumbled to shut off the live stream. I handed her a glass of water, deliberately saying off camera, press the spacebar to charge the jump. The comments went even crazier. It's him. Tax Tycoon's voice is so sweet. I'm jealous, someone get the marriage bureau here. Marry him now. Bang buried her face in a pillow and cut the stream. Before the screen went dark, fans caught me smiling and ruffling her hair. The next morning, Sister Vbong called screaming, can you just stop causing trouble? The company's phone lines are blowing up. Bang held the phone away from her ear. Surprised, Sister Vbong kept yelling, brands are asking if you two will do couple ads. Wedding companies want your schedule. Even baby product brands are calling. I spat out my water. Bang Bang blushed and hung up, kicking me your fault. I raised my hands in surrender. What did I do? She lunged, pretending to strangle me. You're too flashy. My phone buzzed. A message from Sister Vbong: stop messing around. Fans are demanding your wedding photos. Bang read it, her face reddening further. She glared at me. What now? I pulled her into my arms. Let's go public. The gossip account messaged me privately and Fang, I was wrong. Can you delete the tax post? My editor's about to fire me. I glanced at Bang squirming in my arms and got an idea. I messaged the paparazzo back. Here's an exclusive for you. Bang's posting an official announcement tonight. Bang gaped. When did I say I'd go public? I covered her mouth. Now you will. Hot search was about to explode again today. Monday morning, Bang, and I thought over the last slice of bacon. The doorbell rang. Peeking through the peephole, I nearly laughed. Two leading 7 or 8 company bigwigs in crisp suits stood outside like they were attending a funeral. Who is it? Bang leaned over. Debt collectors. I opened the door, feigning surprise. Oh, Mr. Chu, the whole company got laid off. Chu's face turned ashen. Holding a gift box, he said to Fang, the company's got a technical issue. Tech director Fat Liu jumped in. The main database crashed. The backup system's down too. I leaned against the doorframe. What's that got to do with me? The finance director bowed deeply and Fang, only you can save the company. Our stocks hit rock bottom. Bang sipping bubble tea peeked out from behind me. Help them. She winked like she was acting in a play. Chu's legs shook, nearly kneeling. In the living room, I crossed my legs, playing a game. Bang sat beside me, feeding me bubble tea. Across from us, the bigwigs sat like they were on hot coals. Chu wiped his sweat to Fang. The company wronged you before. I didn't look up. Be specific. Shouldn't have listened to gossip and fired you. What else? Shouldn't have cut your project bonuses. Keep going. Chu gritted his teeth. Shouldn't have let Lam Nam target you. I paused the game, knew you couldn't survive without me. Bang suddenly cut and he can fix it, but 3 conditions. All eyes turned to her. She counted on her fingers. First, fire every manager who ever screwed over Fang Vian. Second, I want to be a guest at the company's year-end party. She leaned in and whispered something to me. I nearly choked. You serious? She winked, scared. I turned to Chu. Third, I want a seat on the board. Chu's face turned green. I stood up. Then forget it. Deal. Chu lunged to stop me. I agreed to everything. 3 hours later, the company's system was back online. The tech team's chat exploded. Holy crap, miraculous. How'd Anna Fang do it? Didn't even touch the servers. He just sent a text. Bang leaned over, curious. How many backdoors did you leave? I locked my phone. Enough for them to call me daddy for life. She suddenly sat on my lap. Call you what? Chu coughed at the door. You two about the year-end party. Bang didn't send the schedule to my manager. Chu bowed and backed out, thoughtfully closing the door. Midnight. Bang in my jacket stood on the balcony stargazing. Fang Vian, she spoke up. That first blind date. I asked my aunt to set it up. I raised an eyebrow. Oh, her ears red and saw news about you hacking that conference, thought it was cool. I leaned closer, so a long-planned scheme. She turned, wrapping her arms around my neck. What, don't like it? I carried her to the bedroom. Gotta collect some interest. Looks like tomorrow's headlines would shift again. Bang missed a commercial event. The reason, an international hacker competition invite. Sat quietly on the table. Dated May 20th. Bang's birthday. Sister Vbong screamed through the phone, you're insane. Bang's birthday has a brand event. I twirled my pen, telling her. A hacker's targeting her social media. Sister Vbong went silent for 2 seconds. You're ruthless. On her birthday, Bang stormed into the competition venue, sunglasses barely hiding her fury. Fang Vian, I skipped a 5 million contract. There better be someone hacking me. I smiled, pressing her into a VIP seat. Watch the show first. The host explained the final round's rules. Crack the latest quantum encryption system. Prize $1 million. The big screen started a countdown. 10 top hackers were ready. I strolled casually to the stage. The audience buzzed. The other competitors were in crisp suits. I was the only one in a cat-printed shirt Bang gave me. The referee frowned this contestant. Please take the competition seriously. I glanced at Bang pouting in the audience. I'm very serious. When the match began, the other hackers dove in, typing frantically. I pulled out my phone, opened my custom decryption program, and hit run. 5 minutes later, alarms blared through the hall. The screen flashed red. System breached. The referee gaped. Impossible. Only 5 minutes. I ignored the gasps. Stepping to the center of the stage, borrow the screen for a sec. With a snap of my fingers, the screen switched to a video. A montage of me stealing Bang's kills in game. Her spilling coffee at our blind date. Security footage of her climbing my balcony at midnight. Ending with our in-game marriage certificate. The hall erupted. Bang shot up her Katie headband slipping. Fang Vian. I knelt on one knee pulling out a ring. Bang be my teammate for life. The live camera zoomed in on her face. The global audience saw her blush from neck to forehead. She stammered, then grabbed the mic. I agree, but you have to carry me through dungeons. The audience roared with laughter and applause. I stood slipping the ring on her finger, whispering what dungeons to tough. I'll carry you for life. The global broadcast caught my ears, turning bright red. Bang leaned into the mic. Look, hey shy. I wrapped my arm around her waist, smiling at the camera. Anything for my MVP. That night, hot search exploded. Hacker duel turns into proposal stage. Bang I agree. Programmer's ultimate romantic move. Sister Vbang backstage collapsed. The contract breach fines. I handed her a check ticket from the prize money. Bang pinched my arm. Who's hiring who? I leaned down and kissed her. Whatever you say, boss. Looks like next year's birthday needs something even flashier. At the Best Actress Award ceremony, the hall thundered with applause. Bang in a starry gown stepped onto the stage. I sat in the front row, watching her, eyes misty, holding the trophy high. First thanks to my team, especially my fiancée Fang Vian. As she said this, the live feed suddenly cut to an ad. The hall buzzed with confusion. I narrowed my eyes at the director's booth. A greasy-faced guy was whispering into a headset. Cut that part. The boss said no screen time for nobodies. Nobodies. I lowered my head to my phone. 3 seconds to hack the TV station's internal network. At 8 p.m. prime time, millions waited for the hot show. The screen went black. Then, Battle Cat, our game, took over with its opening animation. An NPC cat voiced by Bang jumped out. Meow. For the next 24 hours, the station will air a program prepared by Fang Vian. The station's hotline blew up. The station head smashed a cup in his office. Call that programmer now. My phone rang right on cue. Fang Tiansin, the station head's voice trembled. Just a misunderstanding. The directors knew. I cut him off. No, I'm not a nobody now. Name your terms. Well, rear base cease full speech. I glanced at Bang removing her makeup. Tomorrow 10 a.m. reserve a seat for your reporters. The next day's press conference was packed. Bang dropped her usual icy demeanor, pulling me onto the stage. Official introduction. She raised our clasped hands. This is my lifelong tech consultant Fang Vian. Camera flashes lit up. A reporter asked Miss any comment on the TV station incident? Bang smiled. Incident. Didn't it air just fine? The audience laughed. I spoke into the mic. By the way, Bang owes me 14 kills in game. Get ready to pay for life. Bang pinched my palm, but smiled sweetly at the camera. For a guy this handsome, I might consider it. As the conference ended, Sister Vbang rushed over. You too. Can't you script this stuff first? Bang pushed it on me. He decides everything. I hugged her waist. My script has one line. Mess with my wife and no one escapes. The hall roared with laughter again. The director yelled cut. Bang kicked off her heels. running barefoot behind the screen to find me. Fang Vian the whiff is down again. She poked my shoulder grumbling. The whole crew's waiting for you to fix it. I kept typing code unfazed. What's the rush, let them use for G. She slammed my laptop. For G costs money. I reluctantly stood. Fix the crew server in 3 clicks. An assistant, eyes sparkling, said, and Fang, you're so cool. BC Chang Bang immediately hooked my arm. What are you staring at? He's mine. At a tech conference, I was presenting a Nugan AI framework. The host suddenly announced, please welcome our special guest. BC Chang Bang in fake glasses with no lenses. Wearing my dress shirt stepped onto the stage. The programmers in the audience gasped. She adjusted her glasses. These don't even have lenses. I'm here to make sure my honey isn't exaggerating. The hall roared with laughter. During the QA, someone asked Miss BC, what's it like being with a programmer? She thought for a moment. Pro, I never have to fix my computer. Kanshi glanced at me. He writes love letters in code. I don't understand, but have to pretend I do. I leaned into the mic. Who was sneaking peeks at my source code last night calling it romantic? She kicked me. The audience laughed harder. Late at night in an internet cafe, I was gaming with old friends in a team match. BC Chang Bang bundled in a fluffy coat sat beside me, yawning and helping me watch the map left bush. She suddenly yelled paparazzi flash outside the window. The next day, hot search top celebrity at a net cafe with her honey late at night. What kind of fairytale love is this? BC Chang Bang shared the post wrong. I was supervising his trash ranking skills. I commented who got the 37 score last night. She deleted the post instantly. On our daughter's 3rd birthday, BC Chang Bang posted a video. Our kid sat at the computer clumsily typing. The screen displayed, Mom and Dad, stop showing off your love. The comments exploded. Too much talent in those genes. Future hacker queen born. Tell us how her preschool teacher feels. While scrolling comments, the preschool teacher called Anne Fang. Your daughter rewrote the attendance sheet to say everyone's a good napper. BC Chang Bang beside me laughed until she fell over. Definitely your kid. I quietly backed up the code. This historical artifact would be settled when she's older. Looks like our leisurely days will go on for a while, and this love story is far from over.